Well, greetings, my scattered brothers and sisters in the Lord. I trust you know the Lord is with you wherever you find yourself scattered today, and that you know that His presence with you is more than enough for whatever you might face today. We're continuing on in 2 Kings chapter 5, and you'll recall this is a story of Naaman. He's a Syrian commander. The Lord has been with him and given him victory, and in one of his victories, one of his raiding bands took captive an Israelite girl who has become the servant or slave to Naaman's wife. And Naaman has leprosy. And the servant girl, the Israelite girl taken captive, she is actually seeking the well-being of Naaman. And she tells Naaman's wife, if only he would be able to go to the prophet in Israel, that there's a prophet in Israel who could cure him of his leprosy. Well, Naaman takes this word seriously, and he informs his king, the king of Syria. And the king of Syria sends a letter and sends a present, gold, clothing, all kinds of stuff to the king of Israel, and sends Naaman with him and is requesting that Naaman be cured of his leprosy. The king of Israel, he gets this message, he gets this gift, and he tears his clothes. He's grieved, like, am I God? Can I heal? What am I supposed to do about this? And he thinks that the king of Syria is actually looking for a way to pick a fight with him, sending him this gift, expecting to be healed, his servant, his commanding officer, Naaman, to be healed. And if Naaman isn't cured, then that becomes grounds for a conflict, grounds for going to battle against the king of Israel. So the king of Israel feels helpless, he feels trapped, he tears his garments like, what am I supposed to do? Am I God? Can I heal? Like, this is way over my head. Elijah hears about this, and Elijah sends a message to the king of Israel that he should send Naaman to him, and that Naaman will learn, and the king of Syria will learn, that there is a prophet in Israel. Now, the person who really needs to learn this is the king of Israel. It's like the king of Israel doesn't realize that, yes, through the prophet, there is healing. I think we're better. So Naaman goes to Elisha and waits outside, and Elisha tells him what to do, and we'll save that for later. But Naaman is going to be cured. Now, what we're going to focus on today is the king of Israel's response. Am I God? This is too big for me. And he tears his garments, not realizing that, well, he spoke truth. He's not God, but there is a prophet in Israel who can heal him through the power of the Lord. See, I think sometimes we're like the king of Israel. People come to us with their problems. Maybe things happen, and it's like we tear our garments, like, what am I going to do? I'm not God. I can't solve this. I can't cure this. Why are you talking to me? Sometimes we can respond that way. And sometimes things happen and to us, and it's like, what are we going to do? And we feel so helpless. We need to remember that God has not abandoned us, that God has sent His Son to us, and that through Jesus, we have hope. And so when somebody brings a problem to us and it seems overwhelming to us, yeah, it's too big for us to solve. We're not God, but we know someone. We know Jesus, and Jesus is at the right hand of the Father interceding for us. And so our response shouldn't be to tear our clothes as if we're hopeless and helpless, but to go to Jesus and to direct people to Jesus. You know, I can't solve your problem, but I know one who will give you life. I know one who will make a way for you. In fact, I will introduce you and I will be praying for you. See, that needs to be our response. That God has sent His Son to dwell amongst us, to save us, to give us life. And so whenever somebody comes to us with a problem that just is overwhelming, like, what am I supposed to do about this? Why are you talking to me about it? Well, we need to have a different response. We need to say, you know, this is too big for me, but there is one who has come, Jesus, the Son of God. And we point people to Jesus, and we take their needs to Jesus, and He's at the right hand of the Father interceding, and through Him there is life. Maybe it's someone else's problem. Maybe it's your own problem. But we need to know that there's one amongst us, Jesus, God's Son, who gives us life. So wherever you find yourself scattered today, and whoever might be bringing their problems to you today, don't forget, we know Jesus. And through Jesus, we have hope, and there is life for us, and for every person that comes to us with a problem that's too big. God bless. Have a great day. Direct people to Jesus. He is with us, and He's more than enough for whatever we might face. God bless.